In this video, we'll explain how to update the driver for the NVIDIA graphics card. Not updating may also result in lower quality scan data. It is advised to always keep your driver up to date. NVIDIA GeForce drivers can now be updated directly from the update notification message. The quickest and easiest way to update manually is to go to Device Manager Display Adapters, and then right-click on the NVIDIA graphics card. Another option for updating is to install the NVIDIA GeForce Experience. If you opt to update via GeForce Experience, you must download and install the software from their homepage. After logging in, it will automatically find the latest drivers for your graphics card. Update your graphics card driver now and enjoy a comfortable scanning experience.
Hello, my name is Emily Bradley, and I'm part of Medit's training and education team. As you know, we have released an update for Medit Link. So in this video, we're going to go over the updates and see what's been improved on. I will cover updates for each program separately, starting with Medit Link, Medit Scan for clinics, and Medit Scan for labs. First, a tag function was added to improve communication between clinics and labs. It looks like Memo, but compared to the latter, it will remember the previously entered information and give suggestions when you next use this feature. It is useful if you have repeatedly re-entered the same information, such as the doctor or staff's name or product type. With this, you can enter information much faster using the tags rather than manually entering the memo. Moving on to our next slide here. You can enter tags when creating a case or when placing an order, and the lab will receive them together with the order information. Include any information that you constantly exchange with a specific partner through tags instead of always entering long explanations via memos. Note that you can add up to 10 tags and use this feature in Medit Web as well. Secondly, we've improved user guidance when entering the form information. Now the software shows what mouse actions can be done through tooltips. So when you hover over a tooth, you can see the available actions like copy and paste. This way, filling out a form will be faster and easier. In addition, there will be guide messages that navigate you through the current situation. For instance, the rule that all crowns in a bridge must be registered with the same material. Register one with a different material and try to add it to a bridge. The app will alert you about the incorrectly filled out information at the top of the screen, as you'll see here. Thirdly, ordering is now possible in Medit Link Web. In the previous version, you had to use the application for ordering cases, but now we support ordering through Medit Link Web as well. Now the clinic and lab account can manage orders in both Medit Link Web and the app, meaning that the clinic account can place an order and the lab account can accept the order on the web. On the right, you see the menus of the Medit Link Web after the update. We added the order box and the inbox to clinic and lab accounts menus respectively. They look exactly the same as the menus in the app. Due to this, users might get confused and reach out asking why they can't start scanning. In this case, ask them to check whether they open the app or if they are actually in the web. As you'll see, Medit's doing their best to make the process easier for their end users and more convenient. Next, the partner map feature was updated. You can see the current version on the left where you search for partners within a radius of 1,000 kilometers. But now, as digital dentistry is removing the borders, we are also removing distance limitations. Also, there used to be 3 tabs at the top of the screen: Featured Partners, Search for Partners, or My Partner List. Now, in the new version on the right, we combine the first 2 tabs, as you'll see. Now, when searching for partners, you can also see the featured partners within the same map. So you can search for partners like other real estate apps. Again, making it easier on the end users. Next update is in Dashboard. Now you can see the remaining period of warranty for the scanner you are using. You can see this info in the My Info tab of Medit Link Web. If the scanner is in warranty, you can see the remaining days. However, You will see the expired as shown in the picture if the scanner is out of warranty. And when you click the inquiry button, you can go to the inquiry page to purchase the warranty under our general warranty policy. Okay, let's move on to the next update. In this version, you will see the all-new All section under the dynamic occlusion results data. Basically, it provides a combined mesh data for all recorded mandibular movements alongside the individual data for each type of movement. Next up, we added options where users can choose the type of articulator to use when aligning with the occlusal plane. So users can change what articulator type in Medit Scan for Clinics, and this info is saved through Medit Link. And then when opening in CAD through our software, that info of the articulator type is automatically shared to exocad. Now, users can align data immediately according to their preferred articulator and not realign it later in CAD. And finally, I want to mention some overall changes in the system. Firstly, we will remove raw data that has not been used for a year from the cloud. This applies only to raw data, not mesh or other attachments. Users will be notified about it once they click the download button, for example, as shown on the left. Users don't need to worry about losing data completely, as they can import remaining mesh data into Medit Scan for Clinics for any additional scanning or work in the apps. Secondly, we are terminating our NFT service. So now there won't be the share via NFT feature in the case talk. And lastly, we are ending our support of Windows 7. Users of Windows 7 will not be able to install the upcoming Medit Link updates from now on. The user can continue using their current version until June. Starting from June, communication with the server will be cut off and Medit Link will become unavailable. So we are notifying users to update their operating systems to Windows 8 at a minimum in advance. Okay, so we're going to move on to Medit Scan for Clinics version 1.10.0. Let's see what's new. Firstly, we have the preparation review feature. We know that on occasion, the lab might request clinics to redo preparation if they are having difficulty with prosthetic fabrications. In that case, the patient is recalled to the clinic. Preparation is done again and rescanned to be sent back to the laboratory. To avoid such situations, clinics can now review the prepared data immediately before sending scans to the lab. The preparation review icon has been added to the bottom of the maxilla and mandible scan stages and is only enabled once there is enough scan images acquired. As mentioned in the previous slide, preparation review icon is located at the bottom of the maxilla and mandible stages only, not the pre-op or occlusal scan stage. And if you capture pre-op, it can be used as a reference to analyze the amount of preparation based on the pre-op data. When you enter the feature, it automatically selects the prepped teeth area, as you're going to see here on the screen. However, if there is a pre-op data, only additional scanned areas after the preparation are automatically selected. Now, with the update, you can use manual selection tools. After selecting the tooth area, we have two tools, insertion path and distance. Insertion path allows you to check the path of the prosthesis insertion and provides auto direction and manual direction options, same as the feature undercut analysis. So you can see the undercuts there. Next, let's go ahead and click on the settings icon. We provide a settings dialog for users to set the reference value for preparation review. In the settings dialog, you can change the minimum value for distance. The settings dialog allows users to enter the minimum value for distance to the antagonist, distance to the adjacent, and tooth reduction depth to help them establish tooth preparation criteria for treatment and prosthetic fabrication. And again, that's in the settings tool, as shown on the screen. Let me click the distance tool. Then the area with insufficient tooth reduction in the scan data is shown in red based on the set value from the settings dialog. And there are three options. The first one, tooth reduction depth. This option shows the reduction depth based on the pre-op data. So pre-op data must exist and be aligned with the preparation data. If you hover over the area with your mouse, you can see the distance value. And in the middle, distance to antagonist, and the last, distance to adjacent, and is now available only with the prepared data, not with the pre-op. After performing additional tooth preparation, trim and capture additional scan data, then you can go through the preparation review again for final confirmation, ensuring that you don't have to get the patient back into the clinic later to make adjustments. Secondly, we improve the AI engine work. As you know, Medit AI engine helps to filter out unnecessary soft tissue such as tongue, lips, and cheek, allowing in only the necessary scan data. Basically, it helps to not capture data other than teeth and gingiva. Previously, there was a performance difference depending on the graphics board series, and in order to not drop scanning performance, we made an option to manually switch it, AI Engine 1 or 2. However, in the new version, Medit AI has improved, and the new AI engine has no difference in performance depending on the graphic card series. So now, no need to manually switch this option. You can capture clean and accurate images regardless of the graphic card series from NVIDIA GeForce GTX 10 to 40 series. Thirdly, we have removed the manual pairing feature for the i700 wireless from menu. As you can see the image on the right, for the i700 wireless, we added a feature called Pairing Manager to connect and disconnect with the new scanner easily. At the bottom left, you will see the Pairing Manager icon with the device status. Click it to see the pairing options. Find Connected Scanner, disconnect and turn off, and pair new scanner. Find Connected Scanner works just like my phone feature, as you'll see on the right side of the screen here. So when you click it, it makes the paired scanner vibrate to help you find it. When you click the disconnect and turn off button, it disconnects the currently connected scanner and turns it off. And when you pair the wireless hub with the new scanner using the last button. Let's move on to Medit Scan for Clinics version 1.10.0. One thing I'd like to mention as we move on is that we've made overall improvements to reduce data processing time for the I-series scanners. Processing time has been decreased about 30% from 176 to 127 seconds within the T710 and the HD and I-series scanner. First is the improvement in the 3D data display. Let me show you the difference between the current and the updated version. Look closely at the tips of the teeth as seen on the screen here on the left side. As you can see, it could look a little pixelated or rough on the edges. Now let's look at the version on the right side of the screen, the updated version, and it's much smoother. As you can see, Medit continues to improve on the quality of the scan data. Secondly, we fixed the frames per second drop issue that occurred when acquiring a large number of scanned images. So in the previous version, frames per second would occasionally drop when the number of scanned images increased after acquiring scan data in multiple steps. As you see on the slide, I've captured 8,000 frames in the maxilla scan stage, then captured 8,000 frames more in the mandible stage. And you can see that the frames per second is still stable. By optimizing memory management for acquired data, Medit Scan for Clinics provides the best scanning performance and user experience when you acquire a large number of scanned images or have multiple scan stages. But still, we recommend to capture within 5,000 frames in each stage for patient and user comfort. Thirdly, we had some improvements on the occlusion stage for user comfort. First, it's about occlusion target. As you know, you can select the occlusion target between the pre-op and the prepared data in Medit Scan for Clinics. In the previous version, as you'll see on the left side, if by mistake you change the occlusion target by capturing the bite would fall out of alignment. So, such features as align with occlusal plane, occlusion analysis, and mandibular movement were disabled until you realign the data manually again. On the right side, in the new version, even if you change the occlusion target and lose alignment, that alignment will be restored after switching back. So without doing the manual alignment, you can still use all the mentioned features. Secondly, Align with the occlusal plane. In the previous version, you had to align the plane manually based on 3 or 4 points, as you'll see here on the left side of the screen. But now, automatic alignment is conducted when you enter align with the occlusal plane, as seen here on the right side of the screen. Much faster. Third, occlusion analysis. Previously, you could only see the occlusion analysis result from one occlusion target, but now you can switch the occlusion target within these features and review occlusion analysis result for each target immediately. In addition, the color map for occlusion analysis has been improved. You can examine the occlusion relationship easier by choosing the numeric legend or text legend. Next, the process of drawing the margin line has been improved. In the previous version, when drawing the margin line, the process was as follows, as seen here on the left side of the screen. Select the data and define the teeth number. Then merge each tooth's data separately to draw a margin, and then go back to work on the next tooth. Refer to the video on the left and go back and select the tooth number, merge, and draw the margin line. However, as you're going to see here on the right side of the screen, with the update, teeth are defined and merged all together. So when drawing the margin line, you can just switch teeth number in the form at the bottom without returning. This way, the user can draw the margin lines faster, making it much simpler to use. The last major improvement in this preview option when using the AI abutment and AI scan body matching features. After defining the library and selecting the tooth number in the bottom form list, assigned library data will be displayed in the preview window, as seen on the left side of the screen there. So you can easily check it. In the previous version, the defined library would appear in a random spot on the screen, requiring the user to zoom out and search for it. Next, let's talk about other improvements before covering them. I want to mention that we are working on improving background processing for bite alignment. So after the update, you will be able to see that compared to the previous version, the waiting time for the process has been reduced. First of all, we added 2 buttons to the stage management window that will help to manage the default workflow. One of them saves users the trouble of manually adding the workflow every time they open a new case. So let's look at this one closer. In the previous version, you had to add needed stages every time you created and opened a new case. On the video, I added the pre-op and face scan stages for the current case, but once I open a new case, I have to add those stages again. And you can see on the left side, the older version. In the new version, if I add the stages and then click Save as Default, then the next new case would automatically use this same workflow. In case users want to clear or change the workflow, they can simply click Load Default to load the default workflow again. We now provide more features in the simple interface mode. Previously, we only provided trimming tools and the Smart Shade Guide features. Now, with the More button, users can use some needed tools, but not essential features like swap maxilla and mandible scan stages, change display mode, and texture on or off. So more options provided here by Medit. Lastly, we added the preset option for the live view window in the settings dialog. In the previous version, the live view only appeared once you started scanning, so you had to start scanning to change the live view options as seen on the screen now. For example, to adjust scan area, detach live view window, flip image, rotate 180 degrees, and show or hide masking. And now you can adjust it in the settings beforehand. Now let's see what's new in Medit Scan for Labs version 1.5.0. First of all, you can use the triple tray to capture the occlusion. In the previous version, we did not support impression scan, so you had to scan the occlusion with the model only. Let's see how to use it. Select the impression for the articulator type in Scan Strategy dialog. Scan the model to acquire the maxilla and mandible scan data. Scan the triple tray to acquire occlusion data. Align the triple tray data In the Align Data scan stage, align the maxillary and mandible data to the impression occlusion data. Check if the maxillary and mandible data is properly aligned to the occlusion data in the confirm stage. This option is available only in the T710, which supports impression scanning. Secondly, color selection feature has been added to enable selection of all areas with the same color in just one click. To use this color selection feature, you need to turn on texture in the scan strategy before scanning. After acquiring the data in the scan strategy stage, click the area selection tool at the bottom and select color selection. Click the spot in the scan data that has the color you want to pick. All areas with the same color in the data are selected. You can crop or delete the selected area, as seen on the screen here. You can set the color selection mode and intensity of the selected color in the color selection dialog. You can also register a new color to the color list. In addition, the software is available to auto-filter the registered color when scanning if you turn on the auto-filter option from settings. Thank you for joining the webinar today. I hope you enjoy the new version of Medit Link with the newly added various functions and improvements. Best of luck to you. We look forward to hearing from you in the future. Bye-bye.